Well, last night was kind of a nothing burger, so we'll see what Bakkt brings us today or in the future days. Good morning. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a cryptocurrency trader and a Forex trader here to help you understand the market. I trade using Elliott wave perspective on the market, and so I'm here to help you learn that and show you what I'm seeing today. This channel is pretty good for a just a daily wave forecast, and so we're going to give you that today. So let's just jump into the market today. I want to give you a quick disclaimer. This is not intended to be uh, financial advice, just educational for you. I'm also disclosing how I trade and how I'm spending my money, but I'm not telling you how to spend yours. So with that being said, let me just tell you what I'm seeing here in Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum today. Okay. All right. As we look at this, I'm looking at a three-wave move to the downside. It's clear we got an ABC. Right now, the question is, does it measure correctively or impulsively? To me, it's looking like it's measuring correctively, and it's moving potentially correctively. Now, the this last move last night is the big move in question. We had a lot of discussion in our Telegram group last night about it, and my contention right now is it's still corrective. It hasn't proven itself to be impulsive yet. I don't mind missing a little bit of a move if it shows itself to be impulsive. We can get in later on if I want to trade that. I haven't been trading Litecoin because I haven't liked the chart a whole lot, but I'm starting to like it a little bit more than the BTC chart for now. Just for now, it's looking. This looks like an ABC. It's corrective. That means we should have some more upside to go. Um, That's what the chart's showing me. I got the yawns today, guys. I'm trying to hold them back, but doing the best I can. Just listen through them, and we'll keep rocking. So the question is, where the target right here is $69.95, $70 roughly. We do have this trend line down here. You can see that I've drawn this trend line here. That's what we're bouncing on right now. We're bouncing on that trend line now. This is actually a pretty decent little channel here, except that we have a wick. If I clone this channel here, you can see how that's not too bad. We wicked through it and came out. So are we? Is this a fake reversal back to the upside because we've done this several times, and then we're just gonna rock out of it, um, or is this some kind of a four wave? To me, it looks like a four wave, not a reversal. Sorry about that. I'm getting notifications and they kind of distract as well. So this is to me some kind of a four wave. If I were to count this, this is A, B, and C. C needs five waves. This is one. That's two. That's three. That's four. We're looking for the fifth wave to come on down. I think we're in the beginning of making it. That's my take on it right now, and that's what I'm looking at. So right now, until that's invalidated, it would be invalidated with a move higher than. Uh, let's do a yellow line of death here. There you go. A move higher than 74.50. 74.50, we get a move higher than that on this, then it is more impulsive. It is not corrective in nature. As long as we continue coming down, my target's down here 69.95, and if it reaches the 1276, which doesn't look like it wants to, but it could, 67.35. I'd be looking at the 69.95 there. It says 69.97. Let me just adjust that right there. That's about right. Okay, and then this other target 67.80 are the fibs. Okay, so that's my targets there for LTC. What's going to happen after that? Well, I don't know. We could just simply get a three-wave move to the upside like so. Not like so. Let me show you like so. Not like that either. Like that. There you go. We could get a three-wave move to the upside like that, just corrective, somewhere in the 50 to 61% of that move, and then we get another three-wave move to the downside, and that would finish kind of a largish correction of this entire wave. So that might be what we're getting. This could be a one wave followed by a two wave here, and then we're going up for three. I'm not certain about that. We'll have to wait and see on that. So let's just wait and see what kind of wave we get here. We'll be able to measure the measure the extensions as well. If I'm sorry I can't give you more information than that. If you're in the Telegram group that we're in, I keep them updated as that wave progresses. I'm unable to do that through YouTube. So if you want to join the Telegram group, we'd be glad to have you. I've got one more slot available, for a just donation basis. After that, there'll be a monthly required fee for the Telegram group. But right now, it's just on a donation basis as a thank you, and provide lots of extra information there. So join up through the Patreon group. Okay. All right. So there's Litecoin. Let's take a peek at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is, I've got a target down here as well. Let me just show you the targets that I have down here. I'm still looking, look at the live stream last night, look at any other videos of the past couple of days to get the macro view. I'm still looking for a potential move to the upside here to the 10.5 to 10.7 range, and then a move to the downside. That's the way I'm seeing it. It doesn't have to play out that way, but that's one way, and that's my favorite way of looking at the market. I'm not going to go through all the other scenarios today. I don't want to continue to rehash that every day and give you the same content daily. So let's just look at this trade potentially setting up and see if there's anything for us here. So right here is where I see the most natural wave delineation here. We did come down and touch and tag the one-to-one extension, came back up. We're kind of coming back down. Looks like we might be wanting to come down to the 97.70 range, which is the next target. Let me put a target balloon down here so you can see that. There you go, 97.70. So that looks like the next target. I would expect that we get a good bounce there. We should get, if we continue to come down to the 96.61 range in that ballpark, then we're looking impulsive. We're not looking corrective, and we need to reconsider our count. But this looks pretty corrective. It's coming down so slow. Looking for a move to the upside, looking for a rebound to the upside. We'll have to wait and see on that as well. This is a trade idea. Let me explain a trade idea. A trade idea is something based upon what we're seeing in the Elliott waves, or in the waves. We see certain patterns and shapes in the waves, and we say, okay, this is a likely scenario based upon those wave shapes. What might happen? Okay, but that's just the key. It's what might happen. It's not what will happen. It's what might happen. And so what we do is we follow the waves and we measure them as they're being made, and we see if there's any confirmation to the idea. As long as there's some confirmation to the idea, we go ahead and take the trade. Okay, and we're going to take this trade to the upside, looking for two different scenarios here. If this becomes some kind of impulse wave, which I don't think it is, it doesn't measure impulsively right now at all. But if by some measurement it does become impulsive to the downside, then we should only be looking to a 50 to 61% retrace of this particular wave. What we would do to find those targets then is we would put the retrace tool on that. We'd take this down to where we think price is coming. It should retrace to the 10,072 to the 10,145 in that ballpark there. So those would be potential targets. Now, if we get those targets and we reverse off of that, this is very bearish, very bearish. Okay, so understand that. Now, if we don't reverse off of that, we continue up to the upside past this trend line, then we're still not looking bullish. We'll just have higher targets. What would those higher targets be? Still got a target up here. Actually, I already have the fibs on there, don't I? Let's see. No, that's the retrace tool. Sorry. We got a one-to-one extension up here at basically 10,600 roughly, 10,578 right in there. So be careful there. It could come a little lower, it could go a little higher. Be careful. Now, if this wave turns at any time, and that's a if, okay, if it does, and then surpasses my yellow line of death here, which is sitting up here at 10,900. 67. Then if it surpasses that, then we're not looking at a WXY to the downside. It would seem that we're looking at the triangle scenario. So the triangle scenario is explained in so many other videos, so understand that. So check those videos out. Check the live stream out. I talked about it twice last night. Check it in previous videos that weren't live streams, and you'll see that as well. All right, so there's Bitcoin for you right there. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a push down to the downside. Let's see what price looks like in this region. If we break this low down here, then our next target would be 94, around the 94.50 mark, in that ballpark. If we break this low right here, let's put a yellow line of death down here. The low, if you're listening on your phone, is sitting at roughly $9,600, $95.90. If price breaks that low, then our next target is going to be somewhere around 94.64. That's a trend line, and we'll see what price does off of that. But we are heading down, guys, in my opinion. That's my bias. That's where I think the market is heading. We're heading down to the downside. Let's look at Ethereum and take a peek and see what Ethereum's doing. Ethereum's got the clearest chart here. Here's my problem with Ethereum. Ethereum yesterday, it came down. It came down low. It didn't quite make the 1276. It front ran it on this particular wave. It stopped at 206 rather than the 205.60 that I was projecting. But we did get to the 206.14. So for all intents and purposes, that did reach target, but that's the only one that reached target. Now, I guess the Bitcoin did reach a one-to-one extension, so that could have reached target. So the question is, do we have a reversal here? Well, I'm not certain about that. I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because this doesn't look impulsive. It looks corrective. But let's put the fibs, because I think there's a way to interpret it impulsively as well. Okay, you can see how we did come up to the 1618, so this would have to be a 1-2. That would have to be our 3. I don't like that wave scenario there for a 3. And then see, and it can't be that actually, because this 4 wave came below the 1. So this is a corrective wave here. Now the question is, do we get a corrective wave higher, or this looks fairly impulsive here, and then we get this this particular correction right here. A little bit of an expanded flat there, and if that's not the correction, then we count this wave here. That came to a corrective nature, and now we're heading down. I'm not sure. There's a lot of trickery here, but I still have a target down here at 205.60. Could make a double bottom here. Could go a little lower and wick through in this region, but still looking for kind of a bounce in Ethereum. And so let's see if we get a bounce in Ethereum. So I'd be watching Ethereum as just kind of a helper to your confluence with all the other charts. But let me just give you a quick warning here. The market is looking like it wants to go down. In my opinion, we should probably just be looking for shorts. Any kind of long position is a very risky position, so you need to be ready to cut your trade, especially if the market starts moving. This market is lulling you to sleep right now. It's consolidating. Market makers are getting in their positions or setting up to get in their position, so we got to be very, very careful. So please trade smart, trade wisely, look for sells, not buys. In my opinion, I think the market's on the way down. Okay, all right, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing today. You guys have a fantastic Monday. If there's anything worth live streaming at lunchtime or anything, then I will let you guys know. In the meantime, have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the video. You guys are the reason why my channel is growing, and you guys just say thank you to me for the information I give. Just subscribe and share the content. Talk it up and just tell me what you're thinking, and then that's just a good way for us to win-win. It keeps me motivated, and it keeps you getting the information that you need every day. All right, we will actually now talk to you later. Bye-bye.